Even the people who are seen as the spiritual leaders of planet Earth, like Magenta Pixie, continue to make the same error. And it makes, so I can't endorse some of the things that she talks about, and it makes it very difficult for me to endorse anybody's story about what's going on. Because she keeps telling everybody that there's DNA upgrades. And we don't have DNA. It's a theoretical thing, and it's never been proven to you adequately to the level of your scientific knowledge, because I should have seen it proven, because I've got a Bachelor of Science in biology, and I did it. And they brought us to the room where there was purportedly an electron microscope, but it was not turned on, and it was not being used. There was no attendant working on projects, nothing. So it's a phony baloney thing, and you're saying, well, I must be crazy, but I gotta tell you again, Prince Andrew is on the loose. You know, so don't expect that just because, you know, things should be that way, that they are, they're not. And it's your job as a potential hero of planet Earth to say the Emperor wears no clothes. And that's what I'm telling you from my own personal experience. The Emperor wears no clothes, and it's considered an Ontario school, a first world school, McMaster University. So if you can't see an electron microscope there, then where the fuck are they? So, you know, without any proof that we have DNA, and don't forget that Prince Andrew's girlfriend that he shared with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, was found guilty of being involved in all that stuff. So we do have positive proof that that evil shit did actually happen. But Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, owned a whole pile of tabloid newspapers in the UK and Macmillan textbooks that are used in Canadian schools. So it's simple. If Maxwell is a 1%er and they want to keep you in the dark, well, they're going to brainwash you. Very sophisticated. Because they get you believing in what Ernest Holmes, in his book The Science of Mind, would call secondary causes for what goes on here. And that is a physical thing called DNA, and that is incorrect. Anyways, that's basically it, because you can't prove it without an electron microscope. And it's not being used. So with the Bachelor of Science in Biology, I'm going to tell you, I went through it. What else evidence do I need? It's not given. So it is being suppressed. We're giving wrong science when it comes to biology. Wrong science. And then we believe the wrong science so hard that even people who are supposed to be getting spiritual downloads are saying the wrong things, that you're getting upgrades to your DNA, and how can you when it doesn't exist? And if it's a hard truth, then you've got to see. From Psychology 101, you have to at least give me a fair shake. Otherwise, you've got cognitive dissonance. So you got to say, well, why is it? And then you got to ponder that. And you got to ponder Queen Elizabeth, above the law. Her family are what? Involved with all that stuff that Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted of. So it's true. So they do. And if they do that, then why would you believe that people that are criminal in nature wouldn't, on the big picture, well, develop a lot of scenarios about how to keep people in the dark? I mean, that's one of the major things, and the drug companies profit handsomely from people's belief in DNA-caused diseases. And the Hawaiian spiritual teacher, Ihaliakala Hulen, categorically refutes errors in DNA as causing disease. So that's somebody that's a spiritual person that refutes it. Mary Baker Eddy, I'm sure, 1875, Science and Health with Key to the Scripture. I'm sure, I mean, that was before they would have announced DNA, but I'm sure that's what she would say as well. And the example I always give, just so that you can get it in your head, logically of what the point is. It's when you want to have a house built. First thing you do is you work over the blueprints that you want. And then you approve the blueprints and they go to the contractor who builds it. And then you get the solid thing. So it comes out of your mind first, your non-physical mind. First in mind, everything that you have, all your ideas, and then you put them on paper. And that's where they become physical, when they go on to paper. And that's what is built for you. And then you get what was originally, they're your choices in your mind. So mind is where any upgrades and changes that got to happen for you. In mind, not in your physical. The physical is manifestation. It's what happens. It's the product of mind having what it wants, out picturing in what we would call the physical manifestation. So it can't be holding information that mind is using. Is mind always going to No. Well, you'll have to ponder that, why that would be. Because it almost is what came first, the chicken or the egg. But I'm telling you, the idea of the chicken and the idea of the egg came first, before both of those manifestations. And that is the first time that you've had the right answer to what came first, the chicken or the egg. And for further information that I'm not bullshitting, then you can look up the information of the scientist Rupert Sheldrake. Rupert Sheldrake works with morphic fields, also known as morphogenic fields. And he would say that the fields come before the physical manifestation. And I would say, well, the fields, are they an intermediate in between the idea of the chicken, and then there's the field that creates the chicken, and then the physical manifestation of the chicken? That sounds more like it, and that would make more sense when we start talking about the etheric blueprint. Is the etheric blueprint in mind? An idea in mind? So I don't know, because, how do you update that etheric blueprint to have, Anyways, that's all I want to tell you, is that clearly something physical called DNA cannot be the first thing. So, when people like Magenta Pixie, who's supposed to be talking about the Earth Ascension, continues to say that you're getting updates to your DNA, and the Arcturian Council, channeled by Daniel Scranton on YouTube, often say things like that too, then clearly these people that are supposed to be advanced beings don't meet my test as somebody who is trained here on Earth by known advanced spiritual teachers. So I'm just going to tell you, if I chewed you out or whatever about your personal problems and eating meat or drinking too much booze, well, I'm not beyond chewing out so-called spiritual people on YouTube who are supposed to be teaching all you people as way showers. Because I am the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me God. All the time. And if you think I'm wrong or you're out of alignment with me, then tell me exactly what it is and I'll give you a talk about it. So we can get to the truth of the matter. In the end, that's all I'm interested in, is the truth. It's the only way out of planet lies, is to speak the truth and be the truth, and only accept the truth from others. And your consciousness is designed that way. You just have to insist that that's all you'll accept, and then you have to go and change everything about you. It's not in alignment with truth and life. There's all kinds of stuff, as we know. And now you know that the stuff that was published by Macmillan textbooks is all highly questionable. Science and history. Geography, perhaps. And then it gets to telescopes, because if we can't trust anything more than the light microscope or the light telescope, and I would say you could trust those things because you use magnifying glasses, that glass does bend light and magnify. So you can trust those things. Those are things that you can trust. But when it comes to a lot of other stuff that has to do with NASA science, it's highly questionable, because they're giving you what they say are their computer enhanced pictures from Hubble telescopes and things. It's just that we've seen, many people have said that quite often what you're given from NASA are artist mock-up of what they think they see. So instead of that, go out at nighttime. And I don't think you'll be able to see it very well. But over there you are. Behind me, is that a street lamp? The brightest thing you see there is the street lamp, and behind there, way behind, but up in the sky, to the right of the screen, is the moon. Use your eyes, and if they try and get, because it is a conspiracy, if it's Ghislaine Maxwell and her dad owns Macmillan School textbooks, it is a conspiracy by the 1% to keep us dumb. So you need to wake up, because you did learn in high school English, media studies, that corporations will try and hoodwink you, tell you lies to get you to buy. And the 1% will tell you lies to keep you from taking control of this planet as a collective of people, rather than, a small group of people who never want anything good for all of us. They're not benevolent dictators. Prince Andrew proves it.